Welcome to SEO.divan.erasmus.com. Today we will continue with the fifth part of building SEO. Remember, this is the fifth part of the six-part system of building SEO. And today we are doing building backlinks to your website. There are two very important parts in my six parts that are crucial to SEO. And the first part is keyword research. Now Google has recently made an adjustment and an update on their Google, on their AdWords keyword research, tool. So in the near future, we might not even see this very important tool being accessible to us any longer. Hopefully that won't be the case, but it seems that keyword tool of Google might just become extinct very soon. And now today, let's continue. Today is this fourth step on the SEO steps that I've created within my six parts of SEO. Today is the fifth part, and SEO roadmap step number 4 is the backlinks, how to build your backlinks. And like I said, keyword research is one of your important steps, and backlinks is definitely your other important step of building very strong SEO for your website and having your website shown on the first page of Google search if you've completed and done every single part that I've shown in these videos and on my website to the fullest and the best of not your knowledge and your specific possible power, but also being able to get people to help you do the best that you can for your SEO. So if you can't do it, then get someone to do it for you, but definitely you can do it yourself. There's no need for you to go waste money and pay someone if you are able to do it yourself, but being able to actually sacrifice time in doing it the right way. So there's many people that say, especially very powerful people that have been in this industry of SEO for a long time. They know what they're talking about, and most of them believe that you need to somehow invest money. So that means if you can invest money in paid ads, which is targeted on very powerful websites towards your website for backlinks. But for me personally, I think if you want to do it without paying money, especially with just you doing it and you getting the backlinks, then it's definitely possible. You can get backlinks and you can build strong SEO, but it takes time and commitment. And let's continue today. Well, we had 5 steps, as I said, within my 6-part SEO system, and we've started off with step 1, having strategy, which was posted a while back. Step 2, which I said was a very important step, just as today's building backlinks. And step 2 is keyword research. Step 3 is creating high quality content, which was the last post I did, and that was about a month ago. And today I will show you step number 4, building backlinks to your website. So first we have to do is understanding the importance of link building. And as I already mentioned, is link building is another very important part of SEO, and building links is a very important part. So links are normally displayed as blue underlined text that you can click on. The more trustworthy and authoritative a site is with a link to your website, the better it is for your SEO. So what does that mean? That means that if you can have a page on the first page search result on Google, and you can get a link from a page that is actually within Google's search result on the first page, and that page has a link to your website, it means that you have authoritative, strong link that people can trust, because Google's mainly, even if the website that might be on Google's first page might by coincidence have tried to cheat their way on the first page, the chances of them staying there is impossible. So after all, always trust that the first page on Google is the best possible page to get links from to your website. So if you have good links that point to your website, and many of them, your website is seen as a trustworthy website. So keep in mind, the more links you get to your website, people on their website giving links to your website, the more links you have that combine them all, and they are very important, very strong proof that your website is authoritative, but and trustworthy. But the very important thing to realize is that you need to make sure that the websites that link to you are relevant to the content on your website. You need them to have actual reason, common sense, logical reason for them to link to your website. It shouldn't be a website that is paying people to post links to their website. It should not be that, as that link can hurt your website, that link can hurt your SEO, and you might not be seen on Google search because of that, because Google can penalize any website they feel are using spammy or they call it black hat methods of generating links. So do not use black hat methods, use the good way, use the white hat methods, and that is being safe, not trying to trick the system, and that is getting links, honest links from websites that are relevant to your website. And search engines check if links are relevant for the website linking to you, which I already mentioned. If your content is shared over social media websites, this will be good for your website. So why do I say social media websites are being shared on social media websites is good for your websites? Because obviously it sounds that it should be good for you, but the good news is that Google works with people, works for people, it works with people, it needs people. So social media is people sharing content, people talking, people socializing. So if social media websites, if people use social media websites to comment on your website and link to your website and recommend your website and share your website, just by doing something as simple as adding a share button on your website, and people sharing your website, means that this gives Google the signal that people actually enjoy your content, that people actually trust your content, that people are able to feel confident that your content is something they wish to share, something they feel they can trust. So remember that, and now have good keyword, and building quality content around those keywords is one important part, which I mentioned. So keyword research is one important part, but earning backlinks to your website proves how trustworthy your website is. So if you have quality backlinks, if you have trustworthy websites with relevant content to your website, linking to your website, you have another, that proves that your website is trustworthy for every backlink that you have, and every quality website and authoritative website that links to you. So now let's focus on internal link building first. Internal link building is important because that shows that the linking should not only be coming from outside, but you should also think about the linking within your website itself, and being able to have a very easy navigational link system within your website will make it easy for visitors, for people. As I mentioned within my first part of this whole 6-part SEO system, I mentioned that we are building SEO for two main factors. The first factor is and will always be people. Second factor is we are keeping the fact that we are building SEO and customizing it to make it easy for Google search, for Yahoo, for search engines to be able to crawl and to check. So you're building a website to make it easy for people to use, which is the most important of all. And then secondly, you can make it optimized for search engines. So first thing first is we have to make sure that your internal link building and navigation is easy for people, which is very important. And you don't always have control over who links to you, but let's focus on the links you do have control over first. There are two different internal linking types. Okay, we've got two different types: navigational links, contextual links. Navigational links is easy to understand, is navigation. So that means these links are normally found on the top side or bottom of your website, and these help the visitors to navigate through your website and make it easy for them. So the easier you can make it for your visitors to navigate and to understand the framework of your website, the better it is for your website and your SEO, and also the easier it is for the very important people that you want getting to your website, and making it easy for, just making it user friendly. So the next thing is they are the framework of your website. So navigational links are the framework of your website, and these links help users to find what they're looking for on your website. And search engines could analyze your navigational links to determine the website structure. So that is where optimizing for search engines comes in. You need to determine your website structure, and hopefully you can build your navigational links around your website structure to optimize for search engines. And now contextual links, these are within the content of a specific page that link to another page. Contextual links is used when content on one page makes reference to content on another page, and contextual links help point out other relevant information. Contextual links also help search engines look at the text of the link to see if it's relevant to the content it points to, and that means the anchor text. The anchor text within the contextual link is the basic text with which the link is actually typed. So the text within the link that your link, your anchor text, and that is very important. And you can use your keyword research to actually implement within your anchor text, within your text of your link. Use appropriate anchor text to explain what the link is about, and also, like I said, try and use your keyword research, as those links that are pointing within your pages, within your website, are very strong indicators of what keywords you are ranking for each specific page that you have a link for, especially contextual link. And now to finish that off, the more links point internally to the page, the more importance can be placed on the page itself. So the more links you have pointing to a page within your website, the more importance can be placed, and the Google search and search engines can see that a specific page can be seen as a very important page on your website. So now we are moving on to a very important part, and this is the main heading of this part number 5 of building backlinks. And now we're going to find out how to build external links. So from external links we mean links coming to your website, and these are very important for SEO. Even if you feel you don't have control of external links, links come in different forms and can be controlled with different plans of action. So we will be looking at 3 different types of links, link building, and the first one is submit your website to web directories. We carefully choose which directories to submit your website to. That basically means, watch out, do not submit your website to directories which is blacklisted, which is using black hat methods. So watch out for those. Check to be safe. Check on Google search. If these directories do not even show up on the first page or the second page, or even let's say the third page of Google search, then that is a strong indicator that you should not be using that directory. So that is just one method, my quick advice of how to find out and check if a directory is trustworthy. But however, still use common sense. as if a directory is new, it might show up in Google for a short while and then be completely removed. So be careful to which website you submit. You can also use your directory. Personally, I would not use it because it's a paid service. It's if you want to check it out, you can visit it at https://ecom.yahoo.com/dir/submit/intro. That's Yahoo's directory, but like I said, it's paid, not something I would recommend, but you can check it out if you want. And then also try trusted industry specific directories and listing websites. So if you know of a directory of a listing website, then you can post a link to your website from, and that is trusted, and that is specifically regarding the industry and the content around which your website is focusing on, then please, that is the best possible directories you can submit your website to, and please do so. Now, generate content websites want to link to. So you obviously have to generate content websites want to link to. And why this is a link building is because if people see that you have content they like, then they would automatically even give links to your website purely because you have the content that they want to share. And we're not talking about social media just yet. We are talking about people with websites specific with, like industry specific content that's related to your website. By accident, a visitor likes your content, and they also have the same, content, and their website is relevant to what you are. And we're not talking about social media, so we're talking about people with websites, industries with websites, talking about companies with websites, and they are willing to link to you without you even knowing about it. And hopefully they will contact you so you can actually tell them what anchor text you want them to use, seeing that you've done the keyword research that you want to rank for. So if you can do that, you can tell them what keywords to use in their anchor text. And then you need quality content to get willing links. That's what we're talking about. Sometimes quality content attracts links easily. Yes, exactly. And now this is where you can use social media. You can get people interested by using social media websites to show you have content. And if they are happy with your content, then they can share your content, and hopefully they can even give links from their website, even a company website, if you're lucky enough to share your content on their official website. And then the last part of this one is also find other websites that have the same audience and make contact to let them know about your content that their visitors might be interested in and might want to see. It could earn you a link. So there's another useful hint from SEO Divan.Erasmus.com. And another part of building links. Remember, this is not the only way of building links, but this is probably the safest and white hat methods of building links. And if you are trying to cheat SEO, cheat the Google search engines and any search engines, you will suffer the consequences. So it's easy to use tried and trusted methods, and these are the tried and trusted methods. And so the third part is take part in social media, which we already briefly discussed. And search engines measure your content and how it's shared via social media. Add social sharing buttons on your website, which you should do. I personally feel that if you put if you put too many social sharing buttons on a page, it might look like you're desperate. And so it is up to you. It's a method you have to test on seeing how many sharing buttons or what sharing buttons or what your sharing buttons should look like for people to share them, but and also what sharing websites to use for people to share. I would say the most obvious one is Facebook, seeing that it's such a huge social, social website with more than, I believe, 500 million, or more than 2 million, visitors, or social, active users. But that is something you can also research, and also use your influence on the networks you are present in and get links. So that means that if your company website has visitors specific to that website, and luckily that website, your company website, content is based more or less on the same content that you have on your website, and your company website is relevant to your website, then you can, if it's allowed, you obviously have to, see and speak to the right people, finding out if it's allowed for you to use the method of getting traffic from the company website, and also getting a link on your company website to your website if your content is relevant. Now, let's move on to the ways you should not be doing link building. So don't follow the bad way of doing link building. And what is that? Like I said before, completely avoid to try and outsmart the search engines. If you feel that you are trying to outsmart the search engines, then that is a good indication that you should not be doing that, as that will most likely result, might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but in the future, that your website could be banned, could be removed entirely from search engines, purely because of one, bad, idea of building backlinks. So, always check and use the tried and trusted methods of building backlinks. So, like I said, do not risk your website never being found on search engines by paying companies that do 100 links to websites for a price. And then also, don't let someone post on your blog for links if they are not relevant to your website. So we will talk a little bit, we will touch on guest blogging and guest post, but make sure that if you have guest posts, that they are relevant to your website, and that it's completely, that it makes complete sense why they are posting on your website, or why you are posting on a specific website if you are the guest writer on a blog or a website. And then the last thing, which is very important, is use common sense when trying not to hurt your SEO. So just use common sense, understand, research, and find out what you know you shouldn't do, and try and avoid the things that you realize is trying to outsmart the system, because that will inevitably result in your website even probably, hopefully never, being banned from Google search or from any search engines. So like I said, Google has an updated algorithm. I believe they call it Penguin 2.1, which means before I believe it was Panda, and that moved to Penguin 2.1. So it just shows you how many updates have been done to the Google search algorithm, and for anyone to believe that they can outsmart the system would be foolish, as Google is always updating and reinventing the way that their search engine algorithms finds the relevant content. So do not try to outsmart the system, and understand that it's not worth it to lose your ranking in Google. Okay, now let me talk a little bit less about everything else, and let's talk about what we came here to do today, and this is about learning about backlinks. And now, where to look for link opportunities. This is what we want to know, where to look. Analyze other websites for their backlinks to see where they get links from. So you can analyze other websites for their links, especially your competition. And you could use some of their backlink websites for your own backlink plan. I think that makes sense. And how to look for link opportunities. Let's see. Okay, first thing first. I'm not sure if many already knew this, but you can just use Google. Go onto Google and you can see, what search websites are very strong, what search results are showing up and which pages are on the search results, and finding out which pages you would like to have a link from, and maybe contacting them. And if they have a specific negotiation that you need to follow, then you can decide whether or not you want to go that route. Like I said, you don't have to pay your website to get links. There is many websites especially sharing websites, that gives you the free opportunity of sharing what you have, and even posting a link from that sharing websites to your website. So there's many ways to think about building backlinks, and like I said, use Google page results. Search Google for strong websites that show in Google search results for relevant competition to your website. Okay, now number 2 is what tool to use to find backlinks. So now you found some competitors, and you don't want to have a link from their site because they are your competitors, and they will probably not even have a link from their website to yours. But you never know, and it might be best to ask them first. So you can, if you want to find out what links they are using, you can use a very important tool. The tool is called Open Site Explorer. You can go onto Google and Google it. You will find it. It's called Open Site Explorer, and you can paste the URL of the competition website you want to find out that has links and where they get their links from. And so use this tool to see other website backlinks. And now number 3, what to look for in websites you found with backlink potential. So when looking at backlinks, focus on high page and domain authority. That means if the page is on the first search result page in Google, it means that it's got a high page rank. So that is one thing to look at. And now the domain authority means that if the name of the page is, let's say, SEO, and the content is about SEO, and then you will see within this Open Site Explorer tool that there's a number, and 90 out of 90% you will see that most of the stronger websites, the high domain authority websites, has a domain ranking of about 80 or almost close to a 90. And if you see 80 or a 90, that is the kind of websites you want links from. So you just check the high page rank, and you check their domain authority in the Open Site Explorer tool. Number 4, find new directories through your competitors. So see what other website directories your competitors are using, and also submit your websites to them. So you can constantly find out new websites to submit your website to, and hopefully get free links back to your website. And practice guest blogging on other websites. So you can either do give a guest blog. You can be a guest on a blog and post your specific article on someone else's website or blog, or you can get someone to post on your website or your blog. So offer relevant and high page authority website or blog to do a guest post for them, or if they can do it on your website. It all depends on being relevant. So if your website is, your information that you have to share and your website is relevant to this specific website, then that is the important point. And then the greatest advantage of doing something like this is that this will greatly improve your status in your industry. This will greatly improve your status in the industry. So that is something that that is just something every website dreams about. It's like getting the status in a specific industry and being recognized. So now number 6, get links from non-profit organization websites. And non-profit organization websites are basically websites that do not charge a single cent, and that is hence the name non-profit organization. So find these non-profit organizations and make sure that they are relevant to your website and support them, and hopefully that will mean that they will link back to your website. So very important. Google likes non-profit or organization websites. Number 7, boost your relevancy with educational content. Generate high quality content for the purpose of teaching and having educational reach in order to get links. So that's another way of generating interest to your website and links. And now to almost finish this off, build relationships with other websites to understand what content they want. And as high quality information will help websites link to you, and this will create a network of people. So repeat this process to search for high ranking websites for the keywords you want to rank for. And now what tools to use. This is the final part of building backlinks, and I hope so far you've seen and learned a lot about building backlinks, and these are the tools to use to make your backlink plan and system more organized and helping you move forward and not backwards. And that is, use Raven tools to organize your link building. So use Raven tools. You can use this tool to manage and organize your links. Add websites you research and what you reach out to. Also add the links you have generated in each website you have gained links from. Use this tool to keep your link building organized and on track. Now, the second tool that I recommend is use Open Site Explorer. Now, we first spoke about using Open Site Explorer to find out what backlinks your competitors are using in other high-ranking search pages that are found on Google, high-ranking authoritative pages. What backlinks they are getting and where they are getting backlinks from. That is a one use, but the other uses which I will speak to you briefly about here is to see if you have gained authority on your website, links, and also see the results of your link building. So you can use OpenSite not only to check what backlinks other websites get or your competitors get, but also check what your progress is and what your authority is on your website so far. And now the third and final tool I recommend is use Majestic SEO tool. And this tool will show you how strong your backlinks are on a certain timeline. So you'll see which websites, which links have given you the best possible backlink traffic possibly, and also which has helped you the most. And you can also see your backlinks gained over time and compare your backlinks to other sites. So you can also use this tool to compare your backlinks to your competitors and see how far away you are from matching or even bettering your competitors. And all of these processes and tools are needed to keep moving forward and growing and building your high quality links over time. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you that it's a process of time and giving time and taking the necessary actions to build your backlinks and building your SEO. And this is the same with backlinks. You need to build quality backlinks, and it takes time. And this is where I usually say that it's not the end but the opportunity of activating your SEO. So today's part number 5 of building backlinks is finished. We still have one more part, and hope to see you at the final part number 6, which I will post very soon. And the next part of steps to building SEO, the 6-part steps, is measure website SEO, the analytics, and fixing issues. And well, this basically means, and which is also very important when you look at trying to find out if your website is performing well, is you need to measure it, and you need to find out where to improve it. And that is the two most important things that I will be helping you with in the next part number 6, the final part number 6 of my 6-part SEO system, is measuring your website and then how to improve your website. That is what I will show you in the next part. And hope you enjoyed this part number 5, and feel free to follow me on Twitter. You can just click on the author section of my website at seo.erasmus.com and follow me on Twitter if you like. And as always, thank you so much for watching this.